Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to TNP Finance, where we make long and short-term investing simple. Today we're going to take a look at the NASDAQ and add a couple stocks surrounding the market that you should be keeping an eye out for very soon, because there's a lot of trades to be placed. So without further ado, let's get into it. NASDAQ moved up 0.34%, super choppy day. We were stuck in a very obvious range and we didn't really go much of anywhere at all. But let's take a look at the heat map and we can understand why. You have a lot of mixed stocks here, a lot of stocks that are breaking even here like Meta, Microsoft, Amazon, nvidia. But then you also have stocks here that have rocketed up 4% for Apple, 9% for Google, and then you have the other sectors that are in the red here. But very volatile day where we're moving up everywhere within these sectors. And right now, if we take a look at where we could go to for the NASDAQ, I do have a couple scenarios. Right now, I am liking for the bull trend here that we have broken above this 23,400 level, and we are currently sitting above it. So very nice close, showing that we can move to the next resistance zone, sitting at 23,662. So the risk reward ratio for this trade here, what I'll be looking to do is place my trade, have my stop loss right at the previous swing low, take profit at the next resistance zone. If you want to wait for a pullback back to retest this trend line over here, or this key level, I would say that's a very smart idea, and you're looking for a better risk reward ratio of 2.2. So that's what I'm looking for the NASDAQ for the bullish move. If we're looking for a bearish move, it's the exact opposite. I'm waiting for a break below this line here, having my stop loss right above the previous high of day, and then taking profit all the way at the bottom of the range here. So this here is a better risk reward ratio, but it's also a little bit less likely to happen. Let's just take a look at intraday for the NASDAQ over here. I will pull up my OHLC, which will show yesterday's previous high, where we opened, and the low of the day, which is all the way over here. And right now, this is what I was seeing for the NASDAQ over here. We had this resistance line that was starting to form for the NASDAQ, and right now we did get a break of it at around, I want to say 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and from there we moved up all the way up. We did have this retest of that same level there, but nothing lower, so you wouldn't have got stopped down if you're waiting for a break of the trend line by a candle close. So I think it's very possible that you could be looking for a move to the upside again. Very significant trend line that got broken. You're looking for a lot of bullish volume to the upside here. But it was very choppy, as we can see. One green, one red, one green, one red. Very alternating pattern within the NASDAQ. So not a very good day to be looking for these long swing trades if you were waiting after 9:30 for one of those opportunities to rise. Let's take a look at another stock over here. I want to take a look at Berkshire Hathaway. Berkshire Hathaway is showing strength again, and this is much stronger. I like to see a cycle of markets where you have a cycle through Dow Jones, you have a cycle through Berkshire, you have a cycle through NASDAQ, and right now is definitely Berkshire's time to shine. So the other day we got a break above this 500 psychological level, we got a break down, and then we got another break above, showing that the bulls are in control and we're ready to move higher. I'm looking for new all-time highs at about $560 a share. I think that is very possible. And right now, if you were an investor and you bought back when I was telling you to buy, begging you to buy back in August 13th, you would have been up, or you would be up a significant amount. And right now, we are currently up in the Discord about 5% in about a couple weeks here. And that's just placing one trade and doing absolutely nothing. We're currently up year to date 640% with our NASDAQ and our stock trades. So if you are interested in learning all the stocks, getting all the trades that I personally take, including stop loss, take profit, percentage risk allocation in real time, come take a look at that link in my description, wap.com/tnp-finance. And if you are looking to become a better day trader, swing trader, I definitely think you're going to get a lot of great insight to the market. But Berkshire Hathaway, a lot of upsides to still be made. If you are looking for a new position to be placed, wait for a break above 500, which we have had here. We have support that's very close to us as well, and you could be placing a trade that looks something like this. Stop loss right below our support line rising up. Take profit at a very high volume zone like 522, and that's a great short-term trade that you could be taking. Let's take a look at another stock here. This one, Google. Google rocketed up today 9%. I thought they might have had earnings in the morning, but no, they had a lawsuit that got dropped. So they were able to save a whole lot of money from not having to pay it, and that's why the market rallied up so much. Now, as a day trader, this is fantastic, and as a long-term investor, it's not so great. And why do I say that? When you have new all-time highs, and you gap up in the chart, especially a significant amount like how we are gapped now, about 5% here, yeah, 4.3%, that is a 100% chance, and there's not a lot of 100% certainties in the market, but this is a 100% certainty that Google will come back down and retest this 215 line to reclose this gap over here. And now you can retest, you can go back into a decade, 2 decades ago. I can guarantee you that a gap this size for new all-time highs, it has always been filled. I've done my retesting. I've actually sold my full position for Google. I made about 7 grand today doing that, and I'm looking to rebuy when we move back down to this 215 line. So if you do wait for a move back down, you'll make about 7% to where we are currently. So you are saving your money, you're making that extra 9% profit we did today, and making 7% at a later date. It might happen in a month, it might happen in a year, but regardless, you will still make more money than the average long-term investor holding through these trends here. Let's take a look at another stock here. This is going to be the last one here, CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike was up 0.0, actually it's down 0.07% today, but what I'm looking for CrowdStrike is a break of this resistance zone. CrowdStrike has been an extremely strong stock. Going back to 2020, we were sitting at $50 a share, and now the highest valuation we've had for CrowdStrike was all the way at $515 a share. So we've had a lot of growth just within a very short time for CrowdStrike. I think that CrowdStrike is due for a new all-time high, especially after a large pullback like this one. That being said, there's a lot of buying opportunities for CrowdStrike. If you're looking for a very high risk-reward ratio, I'm taking a look at purchasing a position now, having your stop loss right at the previous low of day, of today, and then taking profit at a new all-time high. Something like 540 is definitely very, very possible. And you're looking for a risk reward of 14.8, an upside of 30.48. So fantastic trade there, a lot of money to be made. If you want to wait for more confluence and you want to take on a very, I'm not going to say a very improbable scenario, because it is very probable that we start moving up from here. What you could be doing is waiting for a break of this resistance line here and then placing your trade, and that's still a good 4 risk reward ratio. You risk $100, you look to make about $400 or $420, so great trades to be taken now. So I recommend having your alerts set up on your chart, or just keeping a close eye to the chart if you want to be on top of that, because there's a lot of fantastic trades to be made, and even if the market is slowing down, there's still a lot of stocks to be made, bought, and to make some huge positions on. So thank you very much for tuning in to TMP Finance, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Later, y'all.